obviously, look what I got back together. I know in my last video I said I was going to take it in and have somebody do it, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it myself. And I haven't had a Floyd Rose since I was in high school, so after a lot of frustration in about an hour, I was able to, restring it, level the bridge, and keep it in tune fairly well. But it's a pain in the fucking ass. Floyd Roses are either something you love or hate, and nobody I know likes restringing these motherfuckers at all. I don't know anybody that enjoys restringing a Floyd Rose. They fucking suck. But I was actually pretty proud of myself in the fact that I was able to do it, because I haven't done it in like well over a decade, and I managed to get it done. And it's staying in tune fairly well, which I'm pretty happy with. But this is the Alexi 200 in metallic purple. Like I said in the last video when I did the sneak peek, this was not a stock option. They never made the Alexi 200 in like sparkle purple. This was refinished by somebody who had it previously. Same with the pinstripes. They actually did a fairly good job, to be quite honest with you. It looks very professional. There's not anything wrong with the paint job that they did. It actually is pretty phenomenal. Even when they did it, even in here, underneath that, and after I popped up the cover, they even painted the cavities in the body, which is pretty dope. So whoever actually did this did a pretty fucking good job, so kudos to them. If you happen to watch this video and you see this and you're like, oh, I painted that, well, good job to you, man. You did a pretty good job. But yeah, this is the Alexi 200, from Children of Bodom. This is the lower end model. This is the base model, the 200. These come in a lot of different varieties, a lot of different flavors, and a lot of different specifications. Of course, the more money you spend on an Alexi, the better stuff it's going to have. But like I said before, this is the base model. And for what it is, it's not that bad. It has a Floyd Rose special on it, and it's got one of these passive EMG pickups, which are pretty badass, actually. So for what it was back in the day when the Alexi 200 came out, they were a pretty nice budget guitar. This thing is actually really comfortable for even it being like a Randy Rhoads style V, which are notorious for being kind of uncomfortable to play, especially while sitting. But this one's actually fairly nice. It balances very well. It doesn't have a lot of neck dive like a lot of these, particular body shapes are known for having. And what I mean by neck dive is the weight just fucking plummets to the neck because the weight of these bodies don't balance very well. So yeah, like really cheap Randy Rhodeses and particular, like the very base model Randy Rhoads has terrible neck dive. I remember a long time ago I played one of them and it was extremely uncomfortable and annoying for me to play because every time I couldn't even sit it in my lap like this without the neck diving and falling out of my lap. So the LTD Alexi 200 is actually a very good budget version for a signature guitar. But yeah, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to, keep playing this thing for a minute. And hopefully I don't blow out any of these strings or have any of the strings pop off while I use the whammy bar. I've used it a couple times, but I haven't done any dives, so to speak. Because like I said in the previous video during the sneak peek, when I first took it out of the box and I set it up, leveled it, the very first whammy dive I did, it fucking took 2 strings out, like immediately. So if that happens during the video, it happens. But yeah, let's check it out. So yeah, I haven't played one with a Floyd Rose in a very long time. Two, these body shapes are notorious for being kind of uncomfortable and hard to play with while sitting down, so my playing is a bit sloppier than it normally is. But it is what it is until I get used to playing this. But yeah, they have 24 frets. You know, obviously Floyd Rose special. Only one pickup in this thing and one knob. That's all Alexi used when he first started out. And of course, when Alexi from Children of Bodom passed away, the Alexi series entirely, from the bases all the way up, of course, skyrocketed because he passed away. And I was actually pretty fortunate enough to get this one after the initial market of Alexis went up. I was fortunate enough to get this one on the come down of the slope. So I didn't pay that much because, like, at the time when Alexi passed away, like, the Alexi 200s were being sold for like $600 and $700 for, you know, a base model Alexi, when back in the day, $600 or $700 would have got you like the middle of the road one, not the base. So, you know, always don't ever overpay for anything just because somebody passed away. Wait for the market to go down, or if you really care that much about the artist before they pass away, then buy the shit before they pass away, you know. But yeah, like I said, I got lucky and caught this on the downslope of the market, I guess, so to speak. But it's pretty nice. I like playing it so far. And one thing I did notice, I've had quite a few LTDs, and I've seen quite a lot of LTDs, and I've played a lot of them over the years. And I only thought that they came from Korea and Indonesia, but it turns out this Alexi 200 was made in China, which I found kind of strange. I didn't know any LTDs were ever made in China. I figured most of them were made in Korea or Indonesia. So I found that to be quite interesting, and upon looking things up further, yes, LTD does make things in China, depending on the model. But I had just never seen one until I acquired this one. And at first I seen China and this like purple finish these things never came in, and I was like, fuck man, I got burned, I got a fake. But no, these were actually made in China. So, but yeah, let me keep playing for y'all guys. And like I said, you're gonna have to excuse my playing. I haven't played on a Floyd and on an offset V in a while, so it is quite uncomfortable and very unnatural feeling. I need to get a strap for this so I can stand and play, and it'll be a lot more comfortable. But yeah, let me keep playing this thing for y'all guys, and I hope you like it. And again, I'm not the best Floyd Rose player. When I was in high school and I had a Floyd Rose, I had a LTD EX401 that had a Floyd Rose on it. And back in the day, I could actually play a Floyd Rose fairly well. But again, like I said, it has been over a decade since I've messed around with a Floyd, so I'm going to have to pick up a lot of the things that I lost. But and when I do, I will actually share a lot of Floyd techniques with y'all, so y'all can make cool noises, make your playing sound cooler, and things like that. But if you just give me a bit to get used to playing this, I will do a Floyd Rose tutorial, like I said, and that way you can make all the noise and crazy sounds you fucking want to. But yeah, so I actually really like this thing. It's pretty nice. It's comfortable for what it is, especially compared to a Jackson low-end Randy Rhoads, which to me are like so uncomfortable to play. I literally want to break them. Like it's not worth me picking up or even buying, because the neck dive is just so horrendous. They just have a tendency to go straight down because the necks and the headstock and everything are heavier than the cheap ass bodies that they use. So, but that's one thing I do like about this LTD is it doesn't have a lot of neck dive, or any neck dive, at least to me, that I can really tell, and it's not super annoying. But yeah, and when you sit down with these, you're going to have a tendency to put it between your legs like this and kind of cradle it, because you cannot play it like this. If you can play it like this, I don't know how the fuck you're doing it, but I guess good for you. But yeah, play it like this. You'll have a lot better time, and you'll have a lot more fun, and it won't annoy you as much. And yeah, let me just play a few more things for y'all, and probably conclude this this Alexi 200 review. And I hope y'all like it. Just let me know, comment, like, subscribe. Do y'all have an Alexi 200? Do y'all have a higher end Alexi? What do y'all think about them? Especially if you've played a low, like a base Alexi, and you've gone from an LTD to an ESP Alexi. Let me know the difference. I would actually really love to know. As much as I like LTD and ESP, I've never actually physically played an ESP. So yeah, I would love somebody's input on the difference between the LTD and the ESP version of the Alexi. So like I said, if y'all have played one or handled one or have one, by all means leave some comments in the video here. But I'm gonna keep playing this thing for a little bit and probably wrap this up. But one thing before I wrap this up, I think honestly my favorite part of this guitar is this neck profile. I love the feel of this neck. To me, this probably has one of the best neck profiles in my opinion, at least for me personally and my type of playing. Like if I could put this neck and headstock on any kind of Explorer body, I would pretty much be in heaven. But since Alexi was mostly like a classical shredder or like a melodic death metal guy, this thing does have a very nice thin neck profile, which lends itself to getting around this fretboard pretty easy. It's pretty wide, which I like, but it's also very thin, so you get like a really nice in between. Because if you play like a Jackson one of these, the necks are very thin like this, but they're like really skinny and the strings are like really close together. That's another thing I don't particularly like about the Jackson Randy Rhoads. And as much as I do love Randy Rhoads as a guitar player himself, that was like one of the main reasons why I picked up a guitar, was because of Randy Rhoads. Those are particularly hard for me to play, I guess because I'm not used to them. I'm not bashing on Jackson or Randy Rhoads guitars by any means. Everyone has their opinions, everyone has their flavors, everyone has the things that they are used to playing. And LTDs are just more comfortable for me than, say, a Jackson or the Randy Rhoads Jackson compared to the LTD Alexi. But yeah, like I said, if y'all have any comments, questions, anything like that, always feel free to leave them in the deal below. And as always, you know, y'all keep having fun, shredding, have fun, playing, all that good stuff. But yeah, this is Just Insane 321 signing out. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.